Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. The Hurricane Watson is here with your latest update on the Tropics for Sunday, August 8th, 2021 at 1800 UTC. We're going to start off by talking about Tropical Storm Kevin, which is in the East Pacific. Tropical Storm Kevin continues to intensify, as you can see there, with winds of 60 miles an hour. We're going to get a next update at 2100 UTC. It continues to move away from the coast of Mexico, where winds are around 60 miles an hour, air pressure 999 millibars, and radius of maximum wind is 30 nautical miles. Flooding will continue to decrease as the storm continues to move away from the coast of Mexico, and we will be giving you the latest updates on Tropical Storm Kevin, even though it continues to move away and move off to the west. So this is the latest satellite imagery of Tropical Storm Kevin. As you can see, we did have a burst of convection earlier in the day. We have lost that, but we are still getting more convection near the center of circulation. The storm will continue to move away. We do think this could become it's expected to become a Category 1 hurricane with winds of 80 to 85 miles per hour. We do want to talk about the Atlantic because the Atlantic is going to be the region where we could see the biggest threat of any tropical cyclones affecting the United States and the Caribbean. So this is currently where Invest 94L is located. That is Barbados right there, and we have South America to the south. So it is approaching the Lesser Antilles right now as we speak, and I am worried about the storm in terms of where it's going to go because based on the models, the spaghetti models show it going not over the Lesser Antilles but over Puerto Rico, the island of Hispaniola right there, just to the north of Jamaica, and actually most of the models project it going into the Gulf of Mexico. They're predicting that the high pressure is going to increase, causing the storm to go farther west than it was originally anticipated. So I'm very worried about Index 94L, not only based on what we could see for intensity wise, but I'm worried in terms of what we could see track wise. Lots of flooding with these systems, lots of landslides. We got lots of mountainous regions in Puerto Rico, the Dominican island Hispaniola, Cuba, the Lesser Antilles. Lots of mountainous, a very mountainous region right there. All the models predict this to become a tropical storm within 60 hours. However, I think this is going to take quite a while because I don't think we're going to, just based on the spaghetti models, usually we don't see tropical storms with an air pressure of 1,013 to 1,014 millibars. That is pretty high pressure, but usually those spaghetti models are off anyway in terms of air pressure. Here is the latest satellite imagery for Invest 94L. As you can see, there has been a lot of convection. The storm is continuing to move to the west. We're going to continue to see the storm intensify, even a little bit of rotation. Got some convection to the north right there. As you can see, a lot more convection with this system. We're going to start seeing this start to wrap around, and I think we will have to even some convection to the southwest right down here is something I'm noticing. I do want to go to high resolution, visible high resolution. So that's the convection we're looking at. If the storm continues to intensify, it continues to make its way towards the west, this storm is going to continue intensifying, and I'm worried that as we see this, it's going to pose a bigger and bigger threat towards the islands if this doesn't just get ripped apart by wind shear, which it's not. Heron Air Layer is well to the north of its location. If we zoom out, this will give us a better idea of what region this is at once again. So this is the area of the Atlantic that it's at, 10 degrees north. As you can see down there to the southwest of the storm, and to the south of the storm is South America. Well to the west, you can see Barbados over here. You can see the U.S., the Lesser Antilles there, the U.S. Virgin and the Virgin Islands, and there's Puerto Rico just to the west. Another tropical wave moving into Puerto Rico, producing some heavy rain in that area. So I want to go to the forecast models and just talk about what we could possibly be seeing in terms of intensity, and in terms of what we could see in terms of flooding for Invest 94L. So I'm going to go to the tropical Atlantic just so we can watch and see where the storm is going to go. Now this is the latest update here. from the GFS. So this is the latest model run of the GFS. So as you can see, it does try to get a tighter center circulation by the time it interacts with the Lesser Antilles. Uh, as you scatter my team member there. As you can see, moving through, falling apart there. So we can see, according to the GFS, it is very much falling apart. So wait for this thing to actually load because it takes forever sometimes. Also, we got a lot of stuff going on. Oops. We got a lot of stuff going on there in the East Pacific. We still got some energy in the East Pacific. According to the GFS shows that this storm will not be anything, and if it is anything, it will be very, very, very weak and uh, nothing anticipated to be anything severe. Everything is taking forever right now. I don't know why. I don't get it. It's freezing up on me, y'all. Okay, I have lost all control. There we go. Okay, we're back. Wait for this thing to load once again, as I'm very worried about what we could see. Because again, the GFS isn't the most reliable, but sometimes it can be quite reliable. But as you can see, no, not really showing any tropical storms really within the next 380 hours or 400 hours out by the end of August. We're still not seeing any kind of tropical systems at all. I'm going to go to the European model just so we have an idea of what all the models are saying for the North Atlantic, because I am very curious about what we could be seeing there for the North Atlantic, because we do know that the tropics are going to start waking up. For instance, the tropics starting to get a little bit more scarier as the tropics begin to wake up and we see more tropical storms, tropical systems, and possibly even more hurricanes as we get into the middle of August into September. So as you can see, it does in fact, according to the European model, it does in fact intensify a little bit, move through the northern Leeward Islands, Lesser Antilles. Looks like it just goes to the north of the island of Hispaniola, Dominican Republic, and Haiti, but very, very disorganized. Nothing well defined at all. We're next going to go and take a look at what the Canadian model is showing for Invest 94L and other systems in the North Atlantic. So as you can see, this is what the Canadian model is showing, that the storm is in fact going to move and actually make landfall there. Okay, here it is. Maybe. Oh, here we go. We're good. What the hell is this? It's messing my stream up. So I just wanted to point out that you can see the CMC does in fact develop this. It goes right over. Again, those mountains out there are about 10,000 feet up, so those mountains would damage storms significantly. But you can see that it does go into the Gulf of Mexico. Now, once again, this is pretty far inland. This is, or not far inland, this is pretty far in the future. So we can't actually say what this one will actually do. Now, could the Canadian model be right with this? There's a chance the Canadian model could be right, and it doesn't really get its act together until it gets to the Gulf of Mexico. That's also a possibility. This is all going to determine how high that air pressure is going to be in the North Atlantic. So as you can see, it does show it makes landfall there near Mississippi, Alabama, Panhandle, Florida, and eastern Louisiana. So that's also certainly stuff that we're watching out. Could it be bad? There's a chance we could. Oh wait, well, it's not even done yet. It could be certainly something we need to watch out for. because we could. These storms we are now in August, so these are certainly storms we have to carefully watch out for. Once we're now in August, we're going to be moving towards the end of August, and that's when we're really going to start to see things ramp up. I think it's roughly around the 20th when we're going to see storms ramp up really quickly. So I'm now looking at the icon to see what it is saying about NVS 94L and any other storms. Like we're looking for any other storms in the North Atlantic that we need to talk about because all these storms have the possibility of posing a threat to land. There's a chance that it could, and right now it's just so early. It's not even a depression yet, and it's still we just don't have enough information about the storm to really know where it's going to go. But as you can see, the icon does not develop the storm into anything except has it remained to be a tropical wave all the way through the islands and even into the eastern Gulf of Mexico. So right now we really don't have a lot to say about the tropics in the North Atlantic. A lot of the models don't have this developing really into anything at all, and we're really just gonna have to see what develops from this. Again, this is NVS 91C in the Central Pacific, making its way into the West Pacific. But again, the only storms that are making a really big threat to land is going to be NVS 94L, producing that heavy rain there in the Lesser Antilles and Leeward Islands. So for the GEPS, shows it going up the East Coast. That's also going to be something we're watching out for. It really can be kind of difficult to see and actually know if this storm has what it's going to do. So that's it today, guys. Have a wonderful rest of your afternoon. Don't forget, if you want to be part of the Hurricane Watch Team, we really need more people pretty desperately at this point because the Hurricane Watch Team is going to really be kind of hard to keep going once school gets going. Now that I'm in college, I'm going to have a lot of homework. So it's going to be a lot more difficult than it was during the summer. So if you want to be part of the Hurricane Watch Team, you can email us at hurricanewatchteam@gmail.com. You can DM us on Hurricane Watch Team on at Instagram at Hurricane Watch Team. You can DM us at Twitter at Watch Hurricane. There's other ways, and then those are the other ways you can DM us. So other sources of direct contact will be in the description of this video. With that being said, guys, have a wonderful rest of your afternoon, and we'll talk to you guys later. With that being said, peace out.